Hello guys, my name is Fox and welcome to part 127 of our Space Rangers HD, a warped playthrough. Let's continue. So, in the previous episode we tried to get this quest done for the first time, but looks like we failed. And if I'm correct, with the last click it just reset itself. Let's go and see if it's true or not. Enter the hangar. Yeah, everything looks pretty much the same. So, let's go and try to look around as previous time. Approach the airlock. The closed hatch tower above you is... you examined it, you examined it but could not find any buttons or levers to open it. So looks like we don't really have much choice. Examine, press the button. So use more machine guns, use an equal number of lasers and machine guns, use more lasers. I guess, considering the last time, having a little bit more machine guns would be useful. I don't know. Yeah, laser is actually getting hit up pretty damn quickly. So, let's go and use some more machine guns this time. So now we have... oh, it's like only 5 machine guns instead of 4 last time and 3 lasers. Okay. So, but actually we have 11 rocket launcher rounds instead of 10 this time. Actually, I'm gonna try to keep rocket shells or rocket rounds as long as I could. Let's just try to attack with lasers for the start. Even that they're out of range, they're still getting kills done. So let's go with these things, with machine guns and more machine guns and laser. Sounds fine. Piece of cake, catch your breath. Yeah, we lost 1,000 of machine guns rounds and we've heated up lasers a little bit. So, next thing. Let's go and try with... start with one rocket. Then... I guess we're gonna wait. Attack with machine gun. Oh, it's still out of range. I guess attack with lasers. 14 soldiers, sounds fine. Now attack with machine guns. 13 soldiers. Some more machine gunnery. And some lasers. Sounds fine. So, we find some mines. Try to open the weapons, set mines, take a breather. We have enough weaponry right now, so let's go and set some mines. 15 sets, sounds great. So, still have 10 rocket launcher rounds. Let's go start with the first one. And let's use the machine guns all the way. Yeah, we have tons of rocket launcher not rocket launcher, but machine gun rounds, so should be pretty fine. And now it's in range, so hopefully the damage should be better, and the last shot is gonna be the laser one. Still out of range, but the temperature is normal, so let's go and shoot with lasers. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess I'm not gonna hit it more, so let's just use the machine gun. The third wave concerned you, but just a little bit, as before you have a feeling of invincibility. Okay, do we need some more weaponry? I don't think so. Machine guns is pretty fine. Let's go set some more mines. We've set 15. Still 15? I guess we had 15 last time, but maybe not. Okay, let's start with the rockets again. We still have quite a few of them. And let's continue with the machine guns. Machine guns. Machine guns. One laser shot. Some more machine guns. And lasers. Sounds great. You handled the fourth wave, so try to open weapons, try to set some mines. Our weapon situation is still fine, so let's go and set some more mines. Oh. I used to sense that we only could have 15 mines set. Probably yes, because we're spending the amount of mines we have, but the amount of set still are the same. That's unfortunate, but okay. Let's go start with the rocket. Then we still have 7 rockets. Let's go and shoot the second one this time. And continue with the machinery guns. More guns. More guns. Actually, it looks like they're gonna step on the mines. But let's just let them. So you couldn't blah blah blah. And yeah, looks like only 15 mines could destroy 15 targets. They're close to the lasers. Let's go and shoot some laser. And considering the temperature, I guess we could shoot some more laser and some more guns. Sounds great. 5 wave is done. Take a breather. And now we could not look for the weaponry for some reason. Okay. Start with the rocketry. And with some more rocketry. And we have 4. 3 for the next rounds. I don't know how much rounds is gonna be here. So I guess I'm gonna use machine guns. More machine guns. And more machine guns. 15-7 meters. I hope we could make it. More machine guns. Some lasers. And some more lasers. And some more lasers. Why the hell you're not dying, heavy machinery? Machine guns. And machine guns. Machine guns. What the hell? They're like invincible. So now we have 500 panel structure. And we're really running low on the machine guns rounds. Take a breather, and of course we have some more. 1 rocket in you, second rocket in you. Only 1 heavy machinery left. That's great, but... Okay, let's try to left rocket launcher for the next battle. Let's use just machine guns. And more machine guns. And more machine guns. Heavy machinery is dead. I'm happy about that. Some more of this. And some more lasers. Only 4 cyborgs. Damn, let's go use this thing. Let's go laser. And more machinery. Oh, unlikely but true, it seems this was the last wave of attacks, so it only were like 6 or 7 waves. So we've been pretty close last time, so yeah. Unlikely but true, it seems this was the last wave of attack, and no one else would lay siege to your hangar. You suppressed the trembling on your knees and proudly drew yourself erect, putting one hand behind your back, and the other behind the lapel of your ranger outfit. However, they'll write about your victory in the history books. If, of course, somebody takes your word for it, because there was not a single witness of your triumph left alive. Perhaps it's time for you to pay the army boys a friendly visit of your own. Let's go and do this. You've bravely overcome the first obstacle on the way to the primary target. The important thing now is to keep up the heat and triple your determination and focus. Attack! You successfully repel the soldiers' attack on the heart of the pirate base, but the matter doesn't end here. How doesn't end here? It was pretty damn hard, you know? Now you must work your way through tunnels already crawling with soldiers to react the entrance of the military base itself. The mission isn't easy, but you don't have a choice. Fortunately, you tore to shreds all of the foes attacking the pirate base, so you have a couple of minutes for a peaceful pastime, unrelated to rabbit shooting, deafening explosions and gushing blood. Move forward. So, you moved forward mostly because in the tunnel you didn't have a lot of other ways to go, except backwards. The tunnel curved slightly to the right, so you couldn't see what was happening ahead. Happily, by listening carefully, you were soon able to determine that a large number of soldiers was marching ahead. You moved forward a little more, pressing against the wall until you saw that your tunnel intersected with another tunnel along which a massive crowd of armored mercenaries with weapons in their hands was advancing. So wait for them to pass or look for another path. I don't think there's another path, so let's try to wait for them to pass. You rested against the wall and waited, occasionally yelling to your fist. Unfortunately, after one detachment had passed, you were about to step forward, another detachment appeared from the tunnel. There's too much of you guys. With another close behind. Because your plans don't go down from the old age, you probably need to go somewhere else. What's more, it is entirely possible that the next detachment will turn in your direction. Okay, I guess we're gonna look for the another path. So, you look left and right and notice a ventilation hole in the wall, not far from you. The bolts holding the grate were rusted through, so it didn't cramp your style to break into the ventilation shaft. Once inside, you immediately raised a cloud of old dust and held in a sneeze by sheer willpower alone. After determining the direction in which you were moving, you carried along the shaft. You soon discovered that you were not alone here. Some little stinker, which you identified as a space rodent, a Nuru, bit you painfully on the finger. Apparently nobody had done any utility work on or cleaning this pirate base in a long time. Yeah, probably because it's a pirate base. Because you soon observed a whole colony of Nairos on the move. A couple of them also decided to see what you taste like, so you had to defend yourself. Fortunately, the shaft ended soon with another ventilation hole, and the grate covering it literally crumbled to pieces in your hands. You freed yourself and discovered that you were in a small hangar. Walking around, you spotted small gates with a word warehouse written on them, and next to the gates a transporter on a gravitational path. Examining the writing on the side more carefully, you realized that this was a Phaeon C3040 transporter. To your right, a glass booth is illuminated from within. The dirty glass makes it impossible to determine whether or not someone is inside. Along the very center of the hangar, on the wall opposite from you, are the large gates of the airlock. So, approach the glass booth, go to the transporter, go to the gates. Oh, and we lost some health due to the stupid rats. Okay, let's go to the transporter first. The silvery zinc transporter on the gravitational path was parked by the gates to the warehouse, which were hospitably thrown open. However, this most likely means that there's nothing left out inside. Try to get inside the transporter, go into the warehouse, go away from the transporter. Let's go and try to get in. You're talking to spot the side hatch, but it won't budge. It's as if you need a key to get into this sink. Okay. Get into the warehouse, go away from the transporter. Let's go away. And let's go get closer to the glass booth. Carefully stole up the booth and peeked into the slightly open door. There was a Malik in a mercenary uniform, probably left here to guard the transporter. Judging by his desperate yawning and sleepy eyes, life hasn't been too interesting for him lately. Let's try not to attack him yet, maybe we could find some weaponry. So, glass booth, transporter, let's go to the gates. The gates were clearly designed for the transporter in the hangar. You examined the gates closely but could not find a control panel to open them. They must work some other way. You sighed in a disappointment and returned to your original position. Okay, I guess I have not... Actually, go to the transporter, go into the warehouse. You are inside the warehouse, which is barely illuminated by a couple of lights. All the racks and shelves are empty, all kinds of junk, torn packaging, and some small broken parts are strewn all over the floor. A note was fixed to the other side of the gates. The warehouse has been relocated. The new location is Depot 13. Find somebody, leave the warehouse. Let's try to find something. Oh, you'd lightly picked through the junk pile, paving the floor, and good fortune unexpectedly smiled upon you. You find a bunch of smoke grenades. Great. Now we definitely could go and attack this Malik. So, go away from the transporter, and let's approach the booth and try to throw a smoke grenade inside. So, you tore out the pin of a grenade with your teeth for thoughtness, and then leapt into the booth. There was a blast, and puffs of choking smoke drifted through the slightly open door. The Moloch, judging by the crashing sound, topped off his hair in surprise and dashed for the exit. All you have left to do is go in and at the entrance and whack him on the head. After being hit, the Moloch submissively buried his nose in the floor and lost consciousness. Great. You checked the mercenary pocket and found a key with the tag labeled "This Sink" in one of them. When you were finishing his pockets, you also took his blaster. Great, now you have a weaponry. Then you threw open the door wider and entered the booth after first throwing a smoke bomb in it. Looking inside, you observed that a monitor was built into the panel the Moloch was sitting next to. and presently it was showing the layout of the base's nearby tunnels, just in case you studied the information and tried to memorize it. So we still have one more smoke grenade and a blaster with 200 rounds. Great, leave the closet. And I guess we're gonna go to the transporter, use the key and enter it. Transport structure 100%, transport fuel, bottom of the tank. The key you took the malloc provided indeed to belong to the transporter. Blah blah blah. Briefing up, you started the transporter and drove up to the gates, hoping that this would help you figure out how to open them. Actually, I probably need to read the rest. You climbed inside the transporter and look around. The controls appear to be entirely old school, so you ought not have any problems with them. You also searched for a button to activate the onboard weaponry, but could not find one, meaning that the thing has no weaponry. Plunged into depression, but you were distracted by the control unit for the jump meter, a special device that allows the transporter to jump into the air given a sufficient charge level. That's great. So yeah, hoping that this would help you open them. This helped indeed, because a light built into the transporter began flashing and the gates lifted by themselves. The path was clear. You followed the straight tunnel, which sloped downwards slightly because there was no place to turn around. After about 500 meters you came to a crossroads where some joker had placed an enormous planter and driving in a stake with signs, which gave you to understand the path to the left leads to the distillation room, while the path to the right leads to the sorting room, and the path straight ahead gets you to the depot 13. While reflected on where you should go first, a small red light began blinking on the control panel, indicating that the fuel level was low. You flicked the gauge with your fingernail. Alas, this didn't raise the fuel level. Apparently, the first order of business is to find a fuel station. So, where could be the fuel station? Let's go to the distillation room. You are in a spacious room. One of its walls is lined with a row of fueling machines. Looks like you could come by some fuel for your sink. Fill up the gravy car. Great! I made the right decision. Drove up to one of the fuel machines and hop out of the transporter. After searching for the door of the fuel tank, you find it near the engine. So now we have full fuel tank for our transporter. Great. Let's go to the sorting room next. You approach some gates identical to those from which you took the sink, except these gates were labeled sorting room. They similarly open automatically, letting you pass. Drive into the sorting room, drive to the intersection. Let's go into the room, I guess. Pass through the gate, which closed again behind your back, and found yourself on a narrow platform about 20 meters long. Immediately beyond on the platform is an abrupt precipice, and the next platform is at lower level and located some distance from the one you are on. Reviewing the big picture, you determine that to move between platforms a special freight elevator is used, controlled from a booth located on the lower platform. You look closer and observe some sort of pelenk in the booth, who has not noticed you yet. You can't use the jump meter either, because a low ceiling hangs above the platform, and if you jumped, you'd risk making a hole in the ceiling, or perhaps a hole in the transporter. In either case, your sink would be unlikely to run afterward. So, wave your hands at the pelenk so he sends the elevator to you. Try to jump over the abyss from a running start. I don't think we're gonna try to jump over the abyss, so let's just try to wave my hand. Maybe it's gonna work. Even over the nose of the transporter's running motor, you can hear the roar of the pelenk's television, showing a hatchable match. He probably couldn't hear you even if you wanted him to. Okay, I guess we have no choice. Decide to try to rapidly accelerate and jump to the lower platform. To do that, you would need to squeeze every last bit of power out of the transporter's engine. After returning to the gates, you swung around, smashed the accelerator to the floor, and the transporter shot forward with the engine growling furiously. The jump was a complete success. Not only did you leap across to the lower platform, you flew all the way to the booth with the pelenk, easily crushing it with the front part of the transporter. Peeking out, you observed that the hatchable fan was wedged between some chairs and slightly dazed. You need to do something with him quickly before he comes to. So throw yourself into hand-to-hand combat, shoot from the blaster, throw a smoke granite. I guess we're gonna use blaster. You began to shoot, but in vain as it turned out. The booth glass was so thick that your shots couldn't burn through it. You need to do something else quickly before the plank do something. Okay, I guess we're gonna use a smoke grenade. You took aim and tossed a smoke grenade into one of the cracks that formed after collision with the booth. The plank inside began coughing violently as clouds of caustic smoke enshrouded him. You wasted no time jumping from the transporter and Dilek clobbering his head. Something cracked in his neck and he slumped limply on a fallen chair. Oh, we killed him, that's unfortunate. Returning to the transport's cabin, you moved in reserve, banging and clattering the pieces of the booth until the transporter was entirely free. Then turned and drove to the middle of the platform. After driving for a little, you saw the further ahead the entire platform was covered on one side with damaged transporters, mostly older models. They didn't stop you from driving by on the clearer side of the platform. After traveling about a kilometer, you came upon an interesting intersection, which, like the last one, had furnished with a huge port with plants and signs. Remembering the map you saw at the location where you expropriated the transporter, you understood that the path to the right would lead you to guard post, while the path to the left would lead you to the movable corridors. Heading to the guard wouldn't be worth it, that's the main tunnel, which is probably heavily protected by the army forces. And if you were to turn up, there it will be seriously shorten your lifespan. Okay, so we're on the intersection and it's already time for me to have a break, guys, so I guess I'm gonna place a cut in here and we're gonna finish in the next episode. So, if you enjoyed watching this, you could leave a like, if you want to see more, subscribe, and if you want to leave a comment, you should definitely do it, and I will consider as soon as I could. See you later, guys, bye bye.